Hey, greetings everyone. It's New Year's Eve day. I'm gonna ring in the new year tonight by probably going to bed at 10:30. But I'm up rock until then, and gonna listen to a lot of music today. My last vinyl finds of the year. We went to Oshawa, Ontario yesterday to visit my daughter Stephanie, son-in-law Ryan, and our beautiful granddaughter Juliet. And there is a store there called Deja Vu Discs. It sells mostly used CDs and movies, some games, I think, too. But there's some dude that they're affiliated with who stocks some shelves with used records. He just brings them in piles, sticks them in there. There's probably, I'd say, close to 1,000 records there that you probably got to sift through. They're not in any order whatsoever. They're in various degrees of condition, from absolutely scratched to hell to mint, and you got to look through every one. So what I do is I go through and I start pulling out ones that might be interest me, and I make a pile, and then I go through and check them all out. Most of them I end up chucking back because they got a big scratch on them or something. But I managed to find 3 albums yesterday, 3 pieces of vinyl, 3 CDs. Now the reason yesterday was so good, I had to get there. They had 25% off everything in the store. So the vinyl sells for $7.98, no matter what it is, double album, single album, whatever. $7.99, 25% off, so $6 a record. Pretty good. And CDs were all 25% off. So let's start with the vinyl. I've talked a lot about getting back into the early Dobie Brothers albums. I'm really enjoying them. One I didn't have and I found yesterday was Stampede. And the cover is not in the greatest shape. Ring wear and tears, and it's opened like that. But I'll tell you, the record, which I haven't had a chance to put in a MoFi sleeve yet, is in pretty darn good shape. It's got some dust on it, which I'm going to clean off. But it is very, very good. I'm glad I got that. That kind of, like, this. There's a first Dobie Brothers album that I gotta find. Secondly, I'm a bluegrass guy, and I'll tell you, the label Rounder Records, when you see Rounder Records, it's synonymous with bluegrass music. And the stuff they released in the 70s is just classic stuff. The J.D. Crowe stuff. David Grisman Rounder album. Man, if you're familiar with the bluegrass world at all, check the people out who are on this album. David Grisman, Tony Rice, Vassar Clements, Bill Keith, Jerry Douglas, Ricky Skaggs, Todd Phillips, Buck White, and a special guest appearance by Tony Trischka. I mean, this is a lineup. And I used to have this album back in the day. Anytime I can find these Rounder records, this one's on Stony Plain. Interesting. Must be a Canadian issue. Oh, this is Stony, yeah. Huh, it was released in Canada on Stony Plain. Very interesting. I never even saw that. Underneath 1976 Rounder Records Company. Wow, a Canadian issue. I never even knew that existed. Huh, shows how closely I was looking at it. I was just excited to find the record. If you don't know David Grisman, if you know the Grateful Dead, you know David Grisman, because him and Jerry Garcia were friends before the Grateful Dead. They were in the bluegrass world. Jerry used to play banjo. David Grisman's a great mandolin player. They formed bluegrass band together. They used to travel around going to bluegrass festivals. And then later in Jerry's life, he went back to David, and they released a bunch of albums together, which are all fantastic. But David Grisman's a great mandolin player, great musician. My latest obsessions, I'm doing a co-obsession right now. Rory Gallagher and Ian Hunter. And I was really fortunate yesterday to pick up some Ian Hunter stuff. Look at this album. I don't know, I've never heard this album, so maybe someone who has can let me know if it sucks or not. It is called All of the Good Ones Are Taken. Ian Hunter. I don't recognize one song on here. Produced by Max Norman in association with Ian Hunter. I think it's a promo copy because it's got some kind of stamp up in the corner there, maybe. All the words on the inner sleeve, Columbia Records. Doesn't look like a promo to me. But that's not the last you're going to see of Ian Hunter in this video. So that's my vinyl. Now the CDs. Again, 25% off. I'll even show you the price tags. Here was the biggest deal. Ian Hunter Rant. $1.99. That cost me $1.50. Now you can tell maybe this album sucks and maybe it's only worth $1.50. I don't know. We shall see. Again, I'm not sure if I recognize any songs on this album, but another Ian Hunter, All-American Alien Boy. Love that song. $10.99, so $11 less 25%, about $7.50 or something like that. I paid for it, $8. God's on this song, which I like that track. And I love the title track. Chris Stainton's on here. Jaco Pastorius plays bass on one of the tracks on here. Ainsley Dunbar's on this. David Sanborn. Wow, he's got a good crew on this. Here's the singers, backup singers. Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Meadows, Bob Segarini. Bob Segarini's a Toronto guy. That's interesting. Very cool. And last but not least, Paul McCartney, arguably Paul McCartney's greatest album, Ram. I had an original CD in the jewel case. That's all I've ever had of it. I could not afford the deluxe box set. And I found this. It was $15.99, so $16. I got it for $12. Double CD. It's the archive series of Ram. Comes with the discs in here. He put them in 2 sleeves for me, and yeah, so it's got the remastered album, and then CD2 of bonus material, which I'm interested in hearing. So love this album. Anxious to hear the bonus material, which I've never heard. And yeah, that's what I got for today. 10:30 this morning, or 11 o'clock, we'll be taping another episode of our album exchange on the Canadian Stud Muffin channel. If you're not following it, you should be. It's fun, and I'm picking up a lot of great tips on albums that I've been checking out. So I'm sure you would too. Have a great day. Happy New Year. We will see you probably tomorrow on New Year's Day, and wish you all well. Take care.